I think we're in the most transformative time in golf history. We went from newspapers to the internet. It's just started to become a thing when I was, breaking out on tour. And now here we are with mobile devices stronger than most of the computers that we had growing up. So PGA TOUR Studios, I think, is at the forefront of what golf is going to look like and how it's going to be consumed. I'm proud to be a part of this change and how the fans can view golf. I wish that when I was growing up, I had access to this much content.
Tiger comes down to this huge throng which lines the 18th green at Eastlake. And have we ever seen anything like this in golf? Well, look at this scene.
Tiger, I think, is getting a kick out of this. He really is. Like, wow, this is something I've never seen. Look at the amount of people.
Welcome back, Tiger, to the Tour Championship.
I would say he's fairly popular right now.
Tiger, you described it as all hell broke loose. Like
Did.
we see the images all around you right now of that sea of people and what it was like to be there.
When Rory and I came off the tee, the people were starting to break under the ropes. Police officers were trying to keep things at bay. But once we hit our second shots and we started to walk down, it became pandemonium. I mean, it was the evolution of being on tour. Normally people would clap, but now people can only yell because they can't clap because they got a phone in their hand. So it was funny when one of the side angles to see all the sea of arms out leaning forward with the cameras out. I get a big kick out of that. The fans are everything in our sport. That's the excitement. Hey, I'm a fan too. I love golf. I grew up in it. I love to watch it. And I love being a part of it. And for them to have that moment and for me to be able to share that moment with them through all the hard work and the procedures that I've had, they showed their warm embrace of this old guy coming back and climbing the mountain all over again.
We thought we'd never see it, and I don't believe he thought either. Tiger Woods, a winner again.
There was doubt. I didn't know if I'd ever play again. So I appreciated every step. And then I got to a point where, maybe I can start playing again. Oh, maybe I can start playing a tour event. Oh, I played a tour event. Maybe I can start doing some damage. Maybe I can win one. Oh, I almost won a major. And then I won at Eastlake. So it was just a progression of events that led to that moment at Eastlake. We're trying to bring the fan there. Not everybody can be there at Eastlake at that moment in time. Now that we have the PGA TOUR Studios like this, the consumer can see that. They can feel it and breathe it, and all the different camera angles, and how the emotion is captured. Golf is it's an emotional sport. You see it on our faces. We're not hiding behind a helmet. We're out there. It's raw, and there's nowhere to hide in golf. There's no one to bail you out. There's no manager to take you off the bump if you're playing poorly. You have to just make your way through it.
All the original tour logos.
Look like Johnny Miller there.
This way.
I guess hello world, huh?
To his first professional victory, the first of many, many more.
The best season of the quarter century on the PGA Tour.
He's left them in the dark again. The 2001 Players Champion.
First to win all four of the World Golf Championship events.
4 in a row for Tiger Woods at Bay Hill.
For the 40th time on the PGA Tour, Tiger Woods, a winner.
50 career victories.
Tiger Woods, the first winner of the FedEx Cup.
Host and winner.
PGA Tour win number 71.
74th career win.
Tiger Woods has got win number 8 at Bay Hill.
Spectacular performance again here in Akron.
Tour championship winner number 80.
That is unbelievable.
82 PGA Tour wins, the most of all time.
We done yet? Golly. That's been a career right there. That's been a good one.
What's 82 mean to you?
82 is a lot. The thing that I'm most proud of is the consistency. To have done it for not just a few years, but to have done it for decades, that's something I'm very proud of.
On one, can you come out and keep your framing on him? On two.
There are two events that I putted really well, and that was the 97 Masters and the 2000 US Open at Pebble. But the best that I ever hit it was at the 2000 British Open. I felt like I had the ball on a string and I could do anything that I wanted to. People are probably amazed to hear this, but most of my events I didn't really have it. Those are the ones I won by a lot. But most of them are just hanging in there and not making a double, making a key par save. And that was most of the events that I had won. Is in order to win the tournament, you have to get to the weekend. You have to first make the cut. And that's one of the things I was very proud of my cut streak, is that I gave myself an opportunity to make a run on the weekend. Torrey, one year I made the cut on the number.
I think he liked that one.
And I came out and shot 62, 65 on the weekend to win.
An eagle finish.
But that doesn't happen unless I make the cut. So first things first, I made a lot of cuts in my career, which allowed me to then go on to have opportunities on a weekend to win.
Was there a specific strategy you had on Sundays that made you the closer that you were?
Well, if I was leading, it was very simple. We shoot the same score, I win. That's not complicated math. Now, I can't influence you physically. This is not the sport that you can overwhelm someone with physicality, but I can control myself. And if I control myself and do all the things that I know I can control, that I can do, in the end, that might be good enough. Now, the different scenarios are as the lead expands, what do you do? How do I play? Do I play more aggressively? Do I play more conservatively? Do I hit 2-iron? Do I hit driver? Do I continue doing the things that had gotten me here? Or to back off? Or if I'm behind, do I press just a touch on a couple holes or fire a pin that I don't really want to fire at, but be confident that that's the right move to make at this particular time? These are all things that are running through my head, but at the end of the day, what matters the most is commitment. I'd won junior golf events starting at 9, and so there are different scenarios that can play out. So I wasn't necessarily afraid of winning. I understood what it took to win, and also that I just couldn't stand losing. So was winning the driving force? Yes, and not losing as well. There's some cool moments throughout this, but I think that winning at Byron's tournament, winning at Jack's tournament, and winning at Arnold's event, just to be there with them, to be able to share that moment with 3 greatest legends to ever play the game. That's, to me, is the tradition, and that's the history of what our tour's about and the legacy of it all. They meant so much to the tour, and trying to honor them as best I possibly could, winning their event, meant the world to me.
Define clutch. What does clutch mean to you?
Clutch? Clutch is all the hard work, all the blood, sweat, and tears going into a belief in yourself for that moment, and trust what you've done. There is no doubt. You've put in the work, put in the time, and then you succeed.
young life. What do you think about that? He really is quite phenomenal, this young man.
How about it? Oh,
No way.
oh my gosh.
Oh, it went in. You can't do that.
Tiger's drilled it.
Get in there. Yes!
Got it. Tiger Woods.
Again at Bay Hill. That was incredible.
Played it beautifully. He had to take the chance, and he's made it.
Tiger Woods,
Unbelievable.
the things he does at certain moments is quite incredible.
There it is, all the different types of fist bumps you've made famous.
Yeah. I just. Yeah, you can tell I'm right-handed. I think the first person I ever saw celebrate like that was Hal Sutton. Must mean something to him. Most people in our sport just keep all the emotions in check. You don't celebrate, you don't get angry, you just keep everything flat. I'm competitive, I have this desire to win. I run hot a lot of times, and so that's just an expression that it just comes out there. I'm happy with what just happened. I'm celebrating that one moment, but then we go on. We got more moments we have to take care of, but that one moment, I'm living in the present. This is happening right now. This feels really good, or this feels really bad. But you live right here and now in the present, and that's just the present. I do feel the excitement of the crowds, and the whole property understands what is going on at this one particular moment. And so it just comes out in different forms, different expressions, and that right arm just does weird things at that particular time, whether it's going up or down or extended, it just happens. I was bringing something different to the sport just because of my ethnicity. I was different than most of the sport already. How I played was different. We were just making the switch from persimmon to metal at that time, and so I was out driving a lot of people.
Watch out for this one.
There's certain holes and certain golf courses where other players were playing to certain spots. That didn't exist to me. I took it right over the top.
That'll do.
Physically, I was just different. I had more speed than a lot of people.
Oh, man.
Look at the follow-through.
I don't think that my reaction and fist pumping is an intimidation whatsoever. That's just the moment. If you choose to react to it and choose to let that get to you, that's on you. I'm living in the moment. I'm controlling me at that particular time. And the fans, they're engaged to what they're seeing at that moment. And their excitement level dictates a lot of what comes out of me at times. Getting all those emotions in check, that's one thing I can control. I can't control other players. I don't know if that's intimidating or not. It wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be an expression for that one particular moment. I don't enter an event to lose. My belief was if I enter an event, I enter to win. That's plain and simple. If I don't win, then it's a failure. If I do win, it's a success. To me, it's cut and dry. Now, you can sway it either way. Yes, I lost and I played great. I can build for the future, but honestly, it does hurt. Most of my career, I have lost. But also all those moments led to my next practice sessions, my next events, building and learning, and allowed me to go on to accumulate those wins, to understand how to win, and prove to myself that I can do it in different ways.
Down from above, and I have seen a number of players putt from the back part of this green, and the results have not been good. The ball wants to break left, up on top. And then
Yeah.
once it comes down the slope, it moves hard to the right and it picks up speed. Johnny, that's better than most.
How about in?
That is better than most. Better than most. Johnny, I think it's safe to say you could hit that putt 50 times and maybe make it once.
That was just another Tiger moment. One of the great long putts I've ever seen.
It's almost 25 years when you see that. What are your thoughts?
That putt broke more at the end. That was the old green. So they've since changed it since then. But it had a lot more movement. Guys used to spin the ball off the green easily from the drop area, spin it back in the water, make big numbers. The funny part was when Johnny said, "How about in?"
How about in?
Right about that time-ish, from the back camera view, you could see my putter go through the lens. That's something that was pretty funny, and I just remember celebrating. I just wanted to get the right speed and get out of there. That putt's quick. The group in front of us, I believe it was Fred Funk, might have four-putted from just above the ridge and ran it by quite a bit, so I knew it was quick. It was moving. I don't think it would have been within 8 or 10 feet if it didn't hit the hole. You don't see putts going at that speed on the low side very often go in, but it's by far the best long putt I've ever hit, yeah. Given the hole, the iconic hole it is in itself, to make that putt on that green with that much movement at that particular time with that much on the line trying to get into the final group, it meant a lot. I've had success in 3 different time frames in March, May, and then the amateur in August. All very different conditions. 1 in Rye, 2 in Bermuda, and August as an amateur, no rough. So I've won it in different ways. So it's a neat challenge throughout the years to try and figure it out.
To the control room.
We're always in flux. We're always making changes, and we're always evolving and growing and getting better. I want to get better each and every day, and no matter what I do in my life. The tour's the same thing. We're not standing still. We're always moving forward and learn from all of our mistakes and get better for not just the players, not just for the fans, but more importantly, the game.
Thank you, Tiger.
Got it. All right, thank you, everyone. That's a wrap.